and get to our seats, if you know what I'm saying.
Big enough one better. Hey.
Picking up where you're throwing down. Oh, there we are. Ah, yes. Hello and welcome to the Kino Korner. I am joined here by the illustrious return of the wonderful the Kittyman.
Hello, I'm back. By unpopular demand, me.
As you can see by the totally authentic Christmas lights that I didn't skimp out on in our wonderfully festive hats. We are doing our Christmas episode today.
You.
We have a few trailers, a bit of news to talk about, but then we're just gonna start talking about some of our favorite Christmas movies, getting a holiday spirit. Y'all know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Well,
And
without
you know what hill we will die on.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie, and I would argue even the second one is.
Hell yeah. Uh, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll climb that hill. Yes.
We'll ride that reindeer when we get there.
Yeah, hell yeah. But before we get started with that, well, yes, well, Griffin is glad you're back, Mr. Man Kitty.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be back. It's nice to actually have some time back.
Yeah. Without further ado, we'll jump right into it. We haven't had a lot of ways and trailers and news, but like there's some bits of news that has come up. Before we get to the first slide, there is one I didn't necessarily make a slide for, but there is apparently a confirmation that we'll be getting a trailer for the new Superman movie later this week. Is that about right?
That is what they said.
So should that should it be
Let me
true?
go back and find it, but yeah, they sent out a tweet saying like it's supposed to happen. There was rumors going around that it was, and they just confirmed that it is. So
Yeah. The If it's true, I hope it's true because I want the DC movies to do well because I love their animated movies. But I'm waiting with bated breath. I know there's a lot of people have mixed feelings about Creature Commandos, but I've only seen episode one, and I'll get to my thoughts on that at doing recent films. But DC's in a fun spot, so to speak. So I feel like there's a lot riding on this trailer.
I think it's good if they decide to do it
Yeah.
on Christmas because they're really gonna write home the whole like the good that is Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And really, and bring him back to the whole because James Gunn's mentioned about how like he took a lot of inspiration from certain comics, and he really wants to get down with the nitty gritty of like him being like a real force of good, and not like whatever the fucking Snyderverse was trying to do with him being a Jesus allegory, which totally just entirely misses the point
Yeah.
of Superman. So I'm really excited. I'm so excited to see, and I think if they decide to release a trailer during the holidays, I think that would really write home the whole like idea of Superman 2, and just be like, yes, he's whimsical and he's a force of good. Finally,
It's not that fucking hard. There's a lot of good animated Superman movies. Like
yeah.
and I we talked last week we had a or not last 2 weeks ago we did our YouTube episode about just original YouTube content. There's some content that'll portray characters better than their counterparts. I rewatched a few death battles recently, like the most recent Goku versus Superman one. They actually did a lot more justice to those characters than some recent Superman movies. And it feels weird to say that.
I haven't watched Death Battle in a hot minute.
Oh, yeah, it's worth it. Like this season has been just banger after banger. Like slight plug for that. They did a Giorno Giovanna versus Joker from Persona.
I
Bowser.
know that got a lot of contention.
Look, as someone who loves JoJo, I listen to their reasoning. I'm like, I can't really disagree with their reasoning because they're 100% right. It all comes down to if they're gonna take it literally for one character, they have to take it literally for the other.
Uh-huh.
It's stop being butthurt.
Yeah.
Like it ultimately comes down to that. Well, I won't spoil that one, but the one that I love, and I'm so glad the character I was rooting for won. They did Bowser and his army versus Eggman and his. Uh, the most recent one, which is a meme episode that was wild as fuck. Among Us versus Fall Guys.
Yo, let's go.
Every like anything that can be construed as a meme or a crossover, and that was canon.
Wha-
So, I,
Okay.
I just to dip your toes into that. That means that Among Us have access to the Henry Stickmin shit. So, and uh, and of course, Fall Guys has access to things like the TARDIS and He Man.
Oh my God.
It gets
That is amazing.
it,
I love that.
it gets nuts. And around Christmas time, so oh, we should have gotten a thing today, but 2 weeks from today, we should be getting my most anticipated episode of this new season: Kratos versus Ashura.
From Asura's Wrath?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'd watch that.
yes, but yeah, no, it.
Yeah, I'll be there.
The last one's a bit banger. It's worth the watch. But before we get to it, uh, Superman trailer. I want to don't want to talk too much about it until the trailer comes out. I hope it's good because the recent DC stuff has left a not that bad of a taste in my mouth recently. I generally liked Blue Beetle. I like that one. I found very refreshing, mostly because it wasn't trying to be a Blue Beetle and the Justice League movie. It was a Blue Beetle movie, and I love
Uh-huh.
that, even with the cartoonishly racist villain.
Yeah.
But and I haven't seen Aquaman 2 yet, and but I'm kind of I don't know if I need to because I already kind of know that the only things that are really relevant to James Gunn's DC universe going forward are Blue Beetle, maybe, and Creature Commandos. Maybe.
And he did say, James Gunn did say that like if from then on, if like anything makes a reference to something that happens in a show, like so from like Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, the one with Idris Elba
Yeah.
onward, and like Peacemaker and all that stuff, if they make references to it, then they'll make that canonical to the current DCU. But for the most part, they're kind of light canon until he like
Yeah.
says certain things. Like apparently, like the first season of Peacemaker is light canon, but what happens in season 2 is like it is it that is like the is canonical to the DCU now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, again, yeah, with Creature Commandos and all that stuff. Yeah.
Now,
Um,
with well, we'll talk more about that when when the trailer comes out. If the rumors are true, that'll be high in our agenda next time. But there's been a few things kind of getting a revival. Next piece of news, or rather, first piece of news, kind of caught me off guard. Um, Malcolm in the Middle, which
uh huh.
is like the quintessential to me. This and Boy Meets World are like the quintessential like teen like just sitcoms from like the 90s.
Yeah, love those.
I if for God's sake, I haven't watched a lot of Malcolm in the Middle. I've watched a little bit of it, but that theme is just burned into my skull involuntarily.
Uh huh.
Can you repeat the question? You're not the
You're not the
boss of
boss of
me.
me now.
I
It's a good theme,
it
and I
is.
think that's why I loved it so much as a kid too. And like, I would like to go back and watch the series, but I do like that they are. I think you mentioned this that it's going to be more of. It's only going to be 4 episodes,
Yes, it's
and
going to
everyone is
be
looks like is coming back. Like I know, Bryan Cranston and the what was the one that played the mother's name? Are confirmed, and I think
Yeah.
Frankie Muniz is definitely confirmed to come back
Oh,
too.
oh yeah. Bryan Cranston and
Um,
Frankie Muniz are confirmed because they're the ones who basically did little mini teaser pitches for it. So,
Jane Kaczmarek, am I saying that right?
oh, if she's not
Kaczmarek?
there, I think it'll lose a lot because
No, she
the
says she's good. It said they confirmed that she's going to
oh
be there
oh
too
thank God.
on the post that I saw.
I read somewhere
So the
like
three people that need to be there are there.
yeah, I did read somewhere that the synopsis of this is basically the folks want to have everyone together for the holidays. With Malcolm, he's very much just in a trying to stand on his own feet, start his own traditions with his own kids, and kind of fighting with that before his parents basically guilt trip him back home. So he has to deal with his kids and how his kids and his wife meeting his parents
Mm-hmm.
and it's very much just going to be just an epilogue of the show and just where are they now kind of thing, like
Yeah,
focusing on Malcolm.
which is
I'm
nice.
okay with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I don't mind revivals. I'm still looking forward to the King of the Hill revival. Like, but for some shows, instead of just going back and just saying like, "Oh, people like Boy Meets World, let's do Girl Meets World." I don't know if you ever seen clips of that show. Oh my god.
I I know I never did.
The,
I didn't think it would. I don't
it
know.
it
I never thought
is
of.
it has this generic Disney Channel live action quality to it that Boys Meets World did not have. It kind of
Oh, is it like modern Disney where
yes.
it's just more for like kids, whereas like I remember Boy Meets World was kind of just
Yeah, Boy
more for
Meets
young
yeah,
adults?
yeah. It was for young adults and the now granted, I actually because I still watch Nostalgia Critic and know you cannot stop me from doing that, Griffin. But he does this thing called Disney December where every day in December he'll do like a little mini review of something Disney related. Because Disney has Miramax now, he just has a whole bunch of shit on the list. And he I guess he I don't know if this is a Disney thing or Miramax thing, but he included Boy Meets World this year. I think his assessment's accurate. It's a show that was smart enough to like grow with the audience. So every season the humor changes ever so slightly, and it's in like this
Oh,
it's in like this position of I guess superseded reality. I know it sounds like extreme,
uh,
but where it's basically our world, but some of these things that are not common, like oh, this week the character is dealing with drugs. This week they are more common. It kind of like makes fun of itself, but will often do the serious sitcom stuff, and it's just it straddles that line, and it creates a not one of the best shows ever, but a very timeless one that's probably just gonna be in the zeitgeist for a long time. Very respectable show. I kind of agree with that, but with Girl Meets World, it's just like you lost that edge. You're not going to be as cynical as Boy Meets World. You're never going to go too far because Boy Meets World sometimes went far. Like oh that
and I never watched it when I was a kid. I just remember whatever little I do remember. I remember I was like, because when I was a kid, I was always into cartoons. If it was live action, I didn't give a shit. I thought live action was made for just it was just for movies. I didn't care. So, but I could tell it was a bit more like for the older side
yeah.
of things.
I guess I'm with you there because it wasn't until like the 2000s or late 90s that I started watching anything live action. And honestly, the ones I did watch were on Disney. And like the Disney Channel original movies like Halloween Town, 13th Year, and shows like Boy Meets World were usually the things I would watch live action. Oh, and Nickelodeon, like Kenan and Kel and shit. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um, it, it's not as raunchy as something like Rocco's Modern Life. That's a whole mess. But
Oh, of course.
there's some episodes where like it'll leave you like, oh wow, that this is supposed to be a kids show. They're talking pretty heavily about things like drugs in this episode, like really heavily.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
See,
like
I didn't know that. I didn't know they got that deep into it.
yeah, it sometimes it has that little bit of a snappy edge to it, but like Malcolm in the Middle, to me was like the opposite of that. it never quite had that edge, and it just felt like a family of normal people slowly going insane in an insane world.
That's a good way to put it.
Because I in preparation for this, like earlier today, I rewatched just the first episode of Malcolm in the Middle when he was a kid, and just a random episode later, and just like one of the iconic clips later on where the parents just decide what his future is going to be, and he's like covered in baby shit. And what it's a weird scene, but I realized early on it's like most of the sitcoms, but later on, everyone, especially Malcolm and the dad, just looks so defeated with everything around them. Like just like everything around them is so weird and makes no sense. And you have like Reese and you have like the kid that have acclimated to it so well that have this insane just glow in their eye. And then the mom who just kind of doesn't care anymore. She's just like,
uh,
whatever, I'm in charge. I got my piece of the pie.
yeah.
It's kind of endearing in that regard. So because this wasn't some like Boy Meets World where you can have like all these different characters. Malcolm in the Middle is literally the story of this family. So
Uh-huh.
if they're gonna tell me, we're gonna have to establish new series, only 4 episodes. That's it. And like, okay, limit your scope. And just in a broader sense, if people are gonna do revivals, which it's Hollywood they are, I want them to do more stuff like this, where like let's just do a special, let's just do a quick little mini series, just a where are they now, an epilogue,
Yeah.
a final conclusion. That needs to happen more often. So I have high hopes that this will be at least as good as the show. And sorry I rambled on about a lot of shit too much. It'll be interesting to
Don't
see.
watch Girl Meets World. Watch Boy Meets World, and we're excited for this because of this.
Yeah, like I go on rabbit holes and tangents. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Bryan Cranston return to a comedic role. That is true. Bryan Cranston is just my god.
I love that man. Like ever since like Breaking Bad, like whenever that show came out, I was definitely on the whole thing about like, really, the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, and I know a lot of people thought that too. And then actually watching Breaking Bad, you're like, wait, what the fuck? This guy can act. God damn.
there,
So I will watch I watch anything with Bryan Cranston, and he makes everything better.
there's that, and there's also that movie he did with Kevin Hart, where like Bryan Cranston played like a dude in a wheelchair, and Kevin Hart was his like caretaker. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that sounds like a film. But I was not expecting it. No, I don't think I do know about that one.
It is wild because Bryan Cranston plays like this rich dude who's just paralyzed from the neck down. He basically has the thing that Stephen
Oh,
Hawking.
The Upside. I remember this movie now.
Yes,
Okay.
I've seen a few clips from it. It's like because Facebook Reels decides to spoil every fucking good part of every fucking movie.
Right, right.
And some of the acting scenes were like towards the end where he's like starting pushing people away. It's like, good God, this guy really can like when he needs to pull off just like stoicism or just dramatic depression, he could just really just nail it. Holy fuck. But
I'm about it, dude.
he's a great actor, but
I love him. Love Bryan Cranston. He was the best part of Godzilla 2014 until he wasn't 20 minutes in.
listen,
Spoilers for a 10-year-old movie.
listen. To quote Russian Badger, that's 10 years old. I don't give a shit about spoilers. Yeah.
Speaking of Godzilla 2014, did you mention? I don't know if you knew about this, but did you see the Criterion Collection got the rights to Godzilla versus Biollante?
Yes. I need
Yeah,
I need
my
to
coworker told me about that today, and I didn't know the importance of that until she told me about it.
It is a Christmas miracle. We are like one movie closer to Criterion having everything under the sun with Godzilla. Like it the
As it should.
so I don't mind if it's Criterion or not. I just want them to all be in one place. Um
Yeah.
cause they're in because Godzilla films started heavily being marketed to the US around the 80s and 90s. All of the films after Return of Godzilla are in just such this weird. They're basically owned by different people, like Classic Media, Janus Films. Like, they're all over the place. And
Yeah.
like over the years, Toho has decided like let's all right, get it from this person, snatch it up, snatch it up, snatch it up, and just
Uh-huh.
get everything. Hmm. And eventually, I'm just hoping we can get a Heisei collection like we have a Showa collection because that would just that oh that would be a good Christmas present. Now, before I go down another rabbit hole, there's other pieces of news that relating back to superhero stuff people might find interesting. The Criterion
Uh-huh.
doesn't really charge for pre-orders. Oh, they do not. Okay. All right. So, Craven the Hunter. I have not seen this movie.
I thought that was it. Anyways, next slide.
Next slide. So, apparently, Sony, because of just poor box office returns, they're just ending their Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse with Craven the Hunter.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I have not seen the Venom movies. I have seen Morbius, and I refuse to watch any more of Madam Web. So I completely get it.
I watched Madam Web when we
I
were
am.
at Comic
Oh
Con.
my god, dude! I am.
It was so bad, but oh my god, the actress that plays her could not give any more of a fuck that she's in that movie, and I love her for it. She does not want to be there at all. She was like, Marvel money, sure, not realizing it's Sony Marvel, and I don't know if like she read the script and was like going into it not giving a fuck, or if it was written and the director was like, don't give a fuck, because the amount of not fucks, the amount of fucks that she gave were non-existent. They atomized on impact because, oh my god, I fucking love the way that she was acting in that movie, and she's just such a complete bitch
The amount of
in
fucks
the
not
best
given.
way. And the movie's just so fucking stupid. Like the ADR on the fucking I'm gonna call him Evil Spider-Man. I don't even remember his fucking name. Evil Spider-Man's ADR was so bad. Fucking
Oh my
the amount of like stuff that happens in the movie for no reason is so dumb. There's like scenes that like there's things that happen in the movie that's like I'm sorry, I know I'm watching a comic book movie, but that shouldn't happen. Like why did he like there at the like when he jumps away from the car when she drives it through the sign, and he didn't need to jump out of the way. He jumped into the fucking car. He didn't need to move. He jumps into it.
Oh.
And the amount of times he gets bodied by a fucking vehicle that she's driving is so funny. My favorite superpower Madam Web has is running into you with a car, and you cannot argue with me on that.
What's your
Oh my god,
superpower?
it's such a bad movie.
Rigs.
So bad. Yeah, Madam Web's power, Big Rig. Your winner.
Oh my god.
I did not watch Morbius though, even though I really wanted to.
Okay, so I did see
yeah.
Morbius. I know everyone was expecting it to be just the worst fucking thing in existence, like one of those so bad it's good movies. I think the reason it's getting the kind of hate it's getting now is because it's not that bad. It is not good, but it's not that bad. It's just kind of the way I described it to my brother is watching the dude who played Morbius. Oh, I'm just gonna call him fuckhead, but I can't think of his name right now. He's not. He is such a weird actor. Watching him.
Oh, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Yeah, watching him play
he's a cuck.
that. Yeah, watching him play Morbius is like. What I described to my brother is like watching the student who will consistently get D's actually try for once, and he manages to barely squeeze out a B- performance. Like he went in and he acted at the bare minimum amount of acting. It it is weird.
Hot take. I feel like that's all he does.
Yeah.
Not a hot take. Very lukewarm.
Yeah. Like it's a movie that we everyone wanted to be just so bad it's good or just an unexpected hit, but it's so middle of the road boring. And then sometimes it is decent, and the decent parts of the movie have nothing to do with Morbius at all. It's the guy Morbius fights, who I think they made for the movie. I I don't know.
Oh, Doctor Who man,
Yeah, Doctor Who man.
where he dances to the song where they have sex.
Yeah, he was the scene stealer, and I loved his story more than Morbius. But I I I am kind of for them not doing any more of these. I still want to see Craven, but I am not expecting anything. I am expecting quality equivalent to Morbius from Craven, one that's just kind of okay. So, and if I get surprised with a semi decent movie, great. The bar is very low right now,
Uh huh.
and that should not be where the bar is at. I know why they're not doing it. It's entirely monetary. Like these films have just been pissing away money. And
Because this movie, apparently Craven made like $11 million opening weekend,
yeah,
and somehow that's the worst start of any of their films.
to be fair, there's other movies out that I want to see more. Like I told you, I was trying to go to the theater this weekend to see Werewolves to or something just to get like, yeah, but I just didn't have the time. But yeah, there's other things people are excited for. Plus, I think everything is so expensive right now. There's and people are gonna try to pick and choose their movies, and a lot of people are like, "Why would I go see Craven?" And which is probably not gonna be that good when I could just wait a week and see Sonic 3.
That's the movie I want to go see.
I already got my tickets,
We saving our money for Sonic for fucking Kino.
dude. I am just I already got my tickets. I am excited. I I'm blah, blah, blah. I could talk, but Jim Carrey. I joke with my coworker about this. Jim Carrey is like the Hayao Miyazaki of acting. He's just gonna say he retires, and then next week. So I want to do another movie. That's what Hayao Miyazaki does.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
no, you're absolutely right.
he's like, I am retired from animating movies. A few months later, I have a new movie. What? Okay.
All right. I mean, I just love that Jim Carrey was like, I'll return for the third one if the script is gold. And he came back for the third one. And so now we all have to wonder, wait, are we about to get just the most peak fucking film ever?
This is
If
either
he thinks it's gold.
this is either going to be like the best fucking movie ever, or it's going to be one of the funniest pieces of dog shit, and this is all a massive troll. And quite frankly, it's Jim Carrey. Either is possible,
Yes.
but let's be real. If the other two movies are anything to go by, I do honestly think Sonic 3 will be good. Keanu Reeves'
Oh yeah.
Shadow. Holy fuck.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's per- it's breathtaking.
It's breathtaking. It's going to be breathtaking.
Yeah.
And the fact that they even brought him back to voice him in like what was the recent Sonic game as a DLC or
Oh
some
yeah.
shit like that is like amazing.
Make him just the perma voice of Shadow's great. But yeah, to get back to the Sony thing, I agree with you, Griffin. All in all, good riddance to bad rubbish. I don't think the
Yeah,
movie.
agreed.
Yeah, it's. I think to some extent they're trying to they're really gonna push like, oh, what could have been like a few years down the line. People are gonna. I'm not surprised if I see posts like, man, remember what they took from us, and like an unfinished Sony project. I hope people are like, yeah, you know why they took it from us? Because it fucking sucked.
Yeah. You know what
Nah.
else is crazy on top of that is that it came out that they could have used Tom Holland in any of their films.
Man.
Disney did not have any stipulation saying that they could not use Tom Holland Spider-Man in that. They just refused to fucking do it.
I guarantee you that was because Tom Holland was expensive. Because credit where credit's due,
Oh, for sure.
the kid's a great fucking actor and has become like an expensive one to hire. Worth it though. Like,
Yeah, but then they get all these other people. I don't think Tom Hardy's a cheap person to hire either.
oh no! And I heard a rumor that Tom Hardy as Venom is like they're gonna try to incorporate him in fucking Secret Wars. Which, if they do, great. Like,
Hell yeah.
it is again. I have not seen those movies, but it is my understanding that the Tom Hardy Venom movies are like everyone considers them just consistently fun. and like the best part of this Sony verse. Of, yeah. So, and plus, even if I hadn't seen the movie, the design they have for for Venom in those movies, it's a good fucking design for Venom. Credit where
I agree.
credit's due. Like, same with Craven. Like that poster where it shows him sitting in the throne, and there's a people started pitching like other actors they would have cast as Craven. I agree with other casting choices. Like one that I'm like, holy shit, how did we not realize that? To me, is the guy who played Billy Butcher in The Boys.
Oh, really? They wanted him?
Like, no, they didn't want them. Fans pointed out like he'd be a good Craven. I saw that fan cast. I was like, holy shit, he would be a good
Oh.
Craven. He'd be a great Craven, actually. Like going off of what little I know from the comics and the recent Spider-Man 2 game, yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't get like a proper like Russian dude to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But either way, like, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I feel like, yeah. I mean, I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I will. He's another guy that he just makes a movie better.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited that he's gonna be 20 years later.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah,
it's just
we'll talk about that
it's interesting.
glorious thing in a bit. But actually, just to start moving things on, so Sony, good riddance to bad rubbish. Uh, take what little good we can get out of this series, and we can move on after 2024. But yeah, last piece of news. To flip the script to the DC side of things, apparently it has been confirmed that we will be getting a Clayface movie. Kind of caught me off guard, not gonna lie.
And I was at first I was like kind of like, eh? And it was like directed by Mike Flanagan. I was like, wow, I will now be seated. You couldn't get a more perfect guy to do it, honestly. You know, if you know, I need to sit down and watch Midnight Mass and Haunting of Hill House. Um, I watched like a little bit of Doctor Sleep, but like I know he's kind of a powerhouse right now in terms of like
oh,
horror movies.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and Hush. Fucking loved Hush. I don't know
Mhm.
if you watched that before they took it off of Netflix.
I haven't, but I've seen like I'm looking through his IMDb one more time now. I like Oculus. I like Oculus.
Oh
Uh,
shit, he did Oculus too?
he did Oculus.
Oh my god, I still have nightmares of the fucking ornament scene.
The guy knows horror. The guy knows good
Yeah,
horror. So
yeah.
this gives me hope that this is going to be a very messed up movie, a very scary movie, which is good because there's to me there's two origins for Clayface that are like viable, and both of them are scary and fucked.
Uh huh.
So one
They
is
did say that they're gonna make it a horror tragedy,
so
and I think they said they're gonna be taking pages from some of his episodes from the animated series, like Clayface.
oh good yeah because yeah like he's like a basically an actor who can just shapeshift. So that's gonna be the real challenge if they want it to be like authentic. um they're gonna have to do scenes where you basically have like several people moving the same way in the same shot over and over again to try to do a seamless
Uh-huh.
transition with CGI. So like it's probably gonna be that one the classic origin story. He is an actor, some shit happened, or he could basically morph his face, but he loses his entire sense of self. Like he no longer knows who he is because his
Right.
brain is slowly becoming mush. Like so plus like the creature lover in me, I just want to see a monster like Clayface done justice in a live action setting.
I think he can nail it
Uh,
for sure.
the other story, and like I to me this is what tone they're gonna go with is kind of telling for the Superman trailer, like I talked about earlier. The other backstory that could work. Ever watch the series The Batman?
Yeah,
You know,
that was a good one. Yeah.
remember his origin in that one? How he basically had Joker made this unique putty on this police officer, and it started basically changing him. He started melting, and once he realized he had powers and control over his body, he basically decided to enact his own brand of vigilante justice against the Joker, and it's just a slow descent into madness. It parrots the original story in a way where he slowly loses his own sense of self, but instead of an actor just losing his identity, it's a cop losing his sense of justice.
I actually don't remember anything on Clayface in that one, so that is actually super fucking cool.
Oh yeah, like
I did not know that.
oh yeah,
See, I'm going to have to go back and watch that because I actually really liked a lot of some of the episodes I did watch when I was a kid.
oh yeah, like it's they're easy to come by. I think all of them are on. Are they on Netflix? Hold on, I'm gonna look this
I think
up.
they're on Max,
See, I have access to them on
so I'll
some
have to sit down and
stream.
watch those.
Yeah, they're on Max. Yeah, they're on
Sweet.
Max, and some episodes are on Apple TV, but no, that's if you have Max. Oh,
Yeah.
they're on Hulu. Yeah, they're on Max and Hulu.
Lulu, Hulu.
That's how I have access to them. Okay, but
Sweet.
no, it's worth it. The Vasco, but if they do either of those, I think you could do great. Man, but what's really going to be telling, as far as tone, the Superman trailer could tell us what direction they might be going. If it's more, but what's really going to nail it home is the Batman Brave and the Bold, because I know they're kind of working on those close together in a sense, where like we're gonna get a trailer for Superman soon. I imagine we might get a trailer for Batman Brave and the Bold as early as next year. Maybe.
Uh,
Bold movie. See. Be released. I'm gonna look at what do we have a release here? Anything for it? Oh yeah, no, that's actually.
uh,
Oh wow, that's set to release in October. So we're gonna get those like in quick succession. So we actually might get a trailer for Batman Brave and the Bold around Super Bowl Sunday, potentially as early as that.
at least, I don't even think they even casted anyone for that one. I thought.
It says new Batman movie Brave and the Bold is scheduled for theatrical release on October 3rd, 2025. And will be directed by James Gunn and Peter Safran. And will star Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. Wait, no.
I
No.
what?
Wait a minute. No, that's
Oh
gotta be
no.
that's gotta be fake. That's gotta be fake. Hold on a second.
Absolutely.
No, no, no. Yeah, no. Okay, that's gotta be fake because Robert Pattinson is Bruce. That's a whole separate thing, and they've
They're
already.
keeping the Batman that
Yeah.
universe as an Elseworlds universe
Okay. So yeah,
that
no.
they want to stay, but I know Brave and the Bold is basically going to be the DCU
Yeah. Ignore what I
one.
just said. What I just said is cap. But the release date maybe. But like as far as who they're casting, I thought they were like in pre-production phase as well, and we might, and they're probably going to like be filming as early, at the start of next year, and we could potentially get a trailer at the end of next year. That's where I thought they were, but who knows?
Because I think the Batman's supposed to come out next October. Because I think they just finished filming. No, they haven't even. No, because no, I lied. I'm sorry. They haven't even wrote a script for it yet. Because apparently it's coming out in 2026. Because James Gunn just came out and was like, we don't even have a script for it yet. So
Oh yeah, I mean you're right. Batman 2 is okay. Yeah, that's where it
that's
is.
where the confusion was coming
So
from.
yeah, Robert Pattinson's Batman 2 is going to come out next year, but that's currently set. So great, but yeah. So yeah, we'll see because Creature Commandos is something. It definitely references to Suicide Squad, but like James Gunn has already said he wants the DC universe to operate like the early MCU, where you can have all these different movies of varying tones that still work within the same universe, which is great.
Yeah.
Because like that weird juxtaposition to me is a so much more like apparent in DC than Marvel. I mean, just the dichotomy alone between Batman and Superman.
Yeah. Like I'm excited to see what he's going to do with it because he's already proving himself that he wants to not be like, oh, I'm just making Guardians of the Galaxy, but with different things. Or, kind of, he's obviously wanting to try to separate himself and he knows the strengths of, um, like the DC, and wants to play to those. So I'm really excited what he's going to do with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll see.
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, we'll
No,
see. But
we don't want that.
We shall see. We shall see what happens. I am excited. I have high hopes for James Gunn. I'll talk more about that in a second. But first, trailers. So
Trailers.
a few trailers came out. There's one that I know when you wanted to talk about was universally just 28 years later.
Fucking goddamn, dude. I'm one of those weirdos. Like, if you make a good fucking trailer, like, I don't care. I'll fucking sit down and watch your movie, even if the movie ends up being kind of ass.
Oh yeah, okay. So as I told you, I've seen 28 Days Later. It's been a while. I remember liking it, but I don't remember. I could not tell you a character names of that movie. It's been so long. This
Uh,
trailer, oh my god! This after watching this trailer, like I'm gonna have to watch the other 28 movies.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, holy fuck! It, uh, the
I got goosebumps, man.
yeah,
Like, it gave me fucking goosebumps while I was like, fuck, man, I want to watch this.
like, I
And the
didn't.
fact that they're bringing back all the original director, they're bringing, Alex Garland's writing it, guy that did, Godzilla 2014.
Yo,
Um, I'm excited.
I didn't think that.
Wait, did I say Godzilla 20? I'm sorry. I'm thinking of someone else. No, not him. He did the original 28 Days Later. And he also did Sunshine. If you watch that movie.
Oh, Sunshine.
That's the other Danny Boyle film where the sun is gonna burn out and they have to go and fix it.
Oh, that as soon as you read the plot, I was like,
that movie.
I remember.
He also wrote Dread.
Ooh. I like Dread.
And then he did Ex Machina.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Wait, so who did? Am I stupid? Who? Just so that way I'm not goofy.
28 years later, I'm gonna look. Yeah.
Gareth Edwards. Why did I get Alex Garland, Gareth Edwards mixed up? I don't know why I did that.
Maybe the movie Monsters. I no. I guess it's somewhat similar to the 28 movies, but not no. I don't know.
He's got a nice little. He's got a lot of good films under his belt. So they all did the original. Basically, they're bringing back the original people to do it, and it looks good. And the trailer was fucking fantastic and gave me fucking goosebumps.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't know a trailer could like fill me with that level of dread that 28 Years Later does. And a big part of that is the sound design of the trailer. I'm gonna start putting it on like good trailers on the wheel because this does have a good trailer. Like as soon as the music started playing, I didn't know a zombie movie trailer could like hype me up for a while. I thought I was burned out of zombies. I thought World War Z burned me out of zombies. Like,
oh yeah, right. We've been burned out on zombie films for or just zombies in general. Like there was that whole like couple years where we got nothing but zombie stuff.
Yeah, like I think in the last decade, the only zombie film I had any interest of going to see was I don't even know if it was the last 10 years. Warm Bodies.
That was a fun movie. I like that one.
Yeah, and that's not even because it was a zombie movie. It just looked like a really funny, just a good comedy.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, but no, just if you just trying to do scary zombies like this makes it like it. I think it works because it's not just that the zombies are the problem. It literally capitalized on this is 28 years after it started. There's zombies, but like yeah, people are starting to redevelop society, but as much as we'd like to believe otherwise, we're gonna start going to some primitive shit, like like a lot of the Puritan shit because we don't have technology anymore. So it's kind of this weird, like time going backwards thing, but with guns. I know that sounds weird, but it really works. It's like it's just this dread of just like, can humans even go back if something like this were to happen?
Uh,
Like, is there any way to actually build our society back up, or like, are we just so inherently fucked as a society and a species that even if we survive this, we're just kind of doomed? It seems like that's the kind of question that these movies try to answer, and this one's really going to just hammer in its stance on that, and I'm looking forward to it. That's it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later.
if you can
It's
find a copy of it, they still haven't released it anywhere digitally or physically for 28 days later.
really, really
Yeah, yeah. People are. It's been a lot of contention right now
weird.
because everyone's like, "What the fuck?" So unless you like had a copy from back in the day, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to make a trip to Movie Trading Company. Yeah. Well, there's been a few more trailers that came out. There's one that came out of nowhere. Novocaine.
That looks fun.
Uh,
I love those kinds of movies. I love movies that do the whole like I love the picture you're using. Normal guy with extraordinary thing going in through an extraordinary like situation and all that stuff. I love Jack Quaid. He's another guy I'll watch anything in because he's just such a fun guy. Um, but what an interesting concept of someone who can't feel pain has his girlfriend gets kidnapped and he has to go after them and like just a lot of the crazy shit that he's going to be able to do. That trailer
Dude,
was
yeah,
kind of rough.
yeah, like
Holy crap! I did not expect them to show that much crazy shit happening, and so I'm like, if they're gonna show that much, I really hope that it's like gonna have even way crazier stuff happen in the film because oh my god, it was violent.
yeah, that's what I'm happy about too. Like, I was expecting them to go that far with it, just in general. It's like, oh, how great! This guy can't feel pain. How bad are they gonna get with it? And just the knife through the hand you see here, it's just the tip of the fucking iceberg in the trailer. Oh my gosh, you literally
Yeah,
have
definitely go watch it.
yeah, you literally have people in the back who are, I think are like bad guys who are like, dude, you're not Wolverine. What the fuck are you doing?
Right, it's like just because you can feel pain, and I think they even mentioned it. It's like just because you can feel pain doesn't mean you can't die, or you're not healing all that back.
Yeah,
So it's just like, but it's like there was a lot of like, oh god, like like I don't know like how well I'm gonna be able to take the full movie when it comes out because I hate that kind of stuff.
yeah,
But
same.
like I think, but it will be a test to me being able to handle something
Oh,
like that.
oh, just the scene with the deep fryer. Oh, just
And that's all we'll say on that.
yeah. I like the more prolonged pain is, the worse it is for me. It's hard for me to watch Hostel, and it's entirely
Fair.
like the scene with the eye, and I hate the scene with the eye in Hostel because that's I whinge every time I sit just thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I know.
uh,
Yeah, that scene's fucking rough.
so like anytime there's like prolonged pain, I have to watch it. Like, on one hand, he's not gonna feel it, and then he's gonna, and they're kind of playing that part for like light comedy. Like, there is a part of the trailer where like he's being tortured, and he's just like, oh, ow, it hurts. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's supposed to like, ah, no, God, this is awful. Oh, yeah, that hurts.
So there is. I'm gonna look up this movie. Hold on, because when I saw the title before I saw the thumbnail, and when I first saw the movie, like the title Novocaine, I was thinking of another movie called Novocaine from 2001.
Oh, are you?
It's literally just about
Oh, that's Steve Martin.
yeah, yeah. I remember this one because in early 2000, like turn of the new millennium, when I started like riding my bike a lot in Florida, there was a blockbuster. Basically, do you remember where we used to live at the Jalen house?
Yes.
The blockbuster from my parents' place was basically the distance from that house to the Taco Bell,
Okay.
so I could just ride my.
That's badass. So you literally would just you could just walk down there, huh?
Oh yeah, I just walk down there. I usually just ride my bike. Yeah, it was great. And every time I would go look at movies, I would always go to specific sections like comedy and sci-fi, and I would always see the trailer for Novocaine with this fucking bear with like realistic teeth. I want to try to find that trailer. Let's see, Novocaine. It's one poster. Oh, it's not a bear. It's a rabbit. I found it. Yeah,
Babbitt.
it's a little babbit, and I hate it. But but when I heard Novocaine, I was like, wait, like that Steve Martin movie, and then I saw this. Oh,
We
okay,
get a remake
okay.
of that? Oh no, this is different entirely.
This is something completely different. So, yeah. I don't know, just a fun little. I'm gonna make y'all aware of a movie that I haven't even seen yet. It's probably fine, I don't know. But no, this Novocaine looks fun as hell. I I love movies that have this kind of just action comedy tone, like Bullet Train, like Red One, which I still want to see that. I don't care if the
I'm glad
reviews
we're
are.
getting a lot of those kinds of movies. Yeah, yeah, Red One, yeah. I heard like it's a fine movie. It's just like no one went to go see it from what I heard.
Yeah, and that's a shame. Like I know there are some people like in my family that like if they see movies like Bullet Train or what's the one where
Nobody?
oh fuck, it's The Rock and oh god, why can't I think of his
Red Notice?
name? Was
Chris
it
Evans?
wh-
Was it with Chris Evans?
no?
Or no,
That
it's
was
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they're
Red
both
Notice.
thieves. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents don't they watch Bullet Train and they read Notice and they were just kind of mad on it. It's like, oh, it's just any other generic comedy with either of those actors. And like, really? That's your takeaway from these?
That's it. That's the one.
I don't
That's what
know.
we're doing.
Yeah, I like the comedies they were in. I like The Rock. He's a cheesy actor, but like he's comfortable in every movie he's in. And I gotta appreciate that.
Yeah. He makes it his own.
Yeah,
Even if you hate him, like I mean,
it's hard to
I
hate
don't
him.
have anything against Ryan Reynolds, I'll be honest. Like, I mean, if you find his humor annoying, then that's on you, but like I don't think he's a bad person because of that.
No, no, like he's not a bad person. I the I don't think I've ever seen bad people in Red One. I mean, for God's sakes, you get to see J.K. Simmons jack the shit.
Yeah, as fucking Santa Claus.
Like, I you're in there for a good time. You're not in there for art. Well, no, it's art. You're just not in there for
You're
hoity-toity
there to turn your
fancy
brain
art.
off, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just enjoy it for what it is.
Speaking of turning your brain off, the last trailer on our list, Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up.
I can't
I
wait for the random Daffy and Porky Pig sex scene.
release Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah, release Coyote versus Acme.
That's okay. That's my biggest takeaway. On its own on its own merits, I watched this trailer. This movie looks very funny. Like it looks like classic Looney Tunes with like a splash of the comedy that was in like Looney Tunes Back in Action or just those '90s movies, which kind of fits in a weird way. It's clearly going to be a kids movie, clearly, but
But it's gonna be like it looks like a Looney Tunes movie, and like
yes,
you don't see that often. You know, I want give me my fucking slapstick and all that. It looks goofy.
yeah, it looks silly. And one thing I'm very glad they're committing to. When you think Looney Tunes, you do usually think Bugs Bunny, and outside of one scene where I think he's in the background, I'm convinced if he's even in this movie, it'll be a very minor role for a scene. This is not a Bugs Bunny affair. This is Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, and Porky Pig's new girlfriend. That's it. And I kind of remember in the '90s where they did like Down in Tasmania and like Tiny Toons and all these like shows
Yeah,
in the same place. I want them to do that again. I want to see shows and movies of like all the other characters in Looney Tunes. I want to see a like I know they had that new Looney Tunes where it's basically just a big old sitcom, and I like that show.
uh-huh.
It's funny for what it is, but Let's do some classic Looney Tunes. And we know Bugs Bunny can be funny. Like, let's see Daffy and Porky do the thing. Release Coyote versus Acme. Hell, give me a
Yeah,
Sylvester and
hell. Anyway, it goes back to that. Release
yeah,
Coyote versus Acme.
and hell, do a Sylvester and Tweety movie or something. Well, Sylvester and Tweety is actually that one. I don't know if they could do that because if they could do that at this point, they would have done a Tom and Jerry movie. But that's that duo does not have a good track record, which is odd
That's
because
unfortunate.
it's so odd because it can't be that hard of a concept. Cat and mouse hate each other. Cat fight mouse. Slapstick, funny, screaming pain.
That's all we ask. That is literally all we can ask for.
Yeah. And this one, it's like we want these characters going on zany adventures with lots of slapstick, maybe an adult joke or two, and well, we're getting it. That's I see. That's what I see in the trailer. I don't. It's. I don't. Like I said, I'm not as hyped for this movie as I would be if I was younger, but I. I don't. I can't find any faults with this. Like this. This looks like a roaring good time for friends and family.
Yes. A family picture.
A family picture. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, and just this looks fun as hell.
Yeah,
but
I'll
if
be
you
there.
but yeah, if
I'll
you're
watch it.
but yeah, no, I joke, but like if they are willing to release this, this might be like the a testing ground for a Coyote versus Acme. I know that sounds weird, but wasn't the whole reason they didn't release this because they didn't think it would work?
No, they wanted it as a tax write-off, and the CEO just hates fucking animated movies.
No,
He's all about reality TV show and all that. He's just
then I hope this like explodes in popularity just to prove his ass wrong.
I think that's the idea. Is just like if we're all hoping that like everyone's like go watch this, go watch this, go watch this. Show that like we want to see more Looney Tunes, so they'll release Coyote vs. Acme.
A revival
Damn it.
of the meme of like everyone in suits going to see how the day the Earth blew up. I love whenever like there's like a kids movie come out and just like memes of like people seeing it like dressing in suits to see Minions. Or,
That was my favorite thing. And I was happy that like everyone would like for the most part they were all like really respectful too. They weren't like dickhead kids and all that stuff.
oh yeah, uh, but I guess move on from trailers. New and recent films. There are two things I have seen recently. I know one of them is something you've seen as well. Bring it to mind. Have there been any like anything in theaters you have seen recently?
Oh God, no! The last time I watched anything in theater, we were trying to go see Gladiator 2. We might end up going to see it Tuesday. Like I get like literally the last movie I saw in theaters was I think it was Alien Romulus was the last movie I saw in theaters.
Oh, yeah, same. But I mean, that's a good one to see in theaters. Which side note,
It is.
Alien
It is.
Romulus was a damn good movie. Damn good movie.
Otherwise it's all been like streaming stuff. Oh, no, here I so like it's since that's pretty much all I've seen. I watched the Captain Underpants movie recently.
Huh? How was that?
I enjoyed it. I think it was a fun time. Like it was just exactly like they adapted the books.
That was not what I was
I
expecting.
really enjoyed it. Like it was that was kind of like a like DreamWorks current like thing where they're like actually doing stuff with the medium that they have and doing some really crazy things with it. Because there's it was a fun movie. I really like the cutaways they do and how they transitioned into them and all that stuff. Like it felt like they even take like do you remember in the books the fucking what was it called the thing where
Oh, the thing where you supposed to
oh
like
my
flip
gosh,
the
what was it
pages
called?
back and
Where you
forth
flip
to
the page
simulate
and all that
it.
stuff. They actually
Yeah.
did that in the fucking
Are
movie too.
you
It was just
they just
Fliporama,
repeat
that's what it's
phrase
called.
over. Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
Like they did some really funny stuff and some really creative things with the movie, and it actually got me more excited for Dogman when it comes out later.
Okay, if
because
Captain, yeah.
they're really doing some good stuff with their animation.
See, that's so weird to me. I think it is just like the more kid friendly the property, the less the studio cares. So they're just like, fine, give it to the cheap, passionate guy, and it always turns out to be just completely true to its source material. One of the best like kids
Uh,
movies ever. We're in this that weird space. So I'm happy to hear it is a fun movie. It's not one that I told myself like I don't know if I'm going to see it, and then I just kind of forgot about it.
yeah.
Um,
Oh
but
yeah, and I watched Transformers 1 too with Butch and Brie.
Transformers One. That's
Transformers 1 fucks, dude.
it.
Yeah. Give me a second one, please. God, let me just give me that because holy shit, Transformers 1 was so good.
Like honestly, if Chris Hemsworth is just the new voice of Optimus Prime, I'm here for it.
Okay, can we talk about how well he did like a fucking really good young sounding Peter Cullen?
Yeah,
Like what the fuck?
like there are times where like yeah, when it's just early on in the movie and he's being his little cocky attitude, yeah, it sounds like Thor. But as the movie progresses and he gets more serious, he sounds so much less like Thor and more like Optimus Prime. It's it's
Yeah.
it's so cool, but
In
so
like the in like that final part when he's like talking and all that stuff, and he was basically like, all right, I'm just gonna emulate. I was like, hold on. You actually sound like a really good young wait, this is bullshit. Like I love the current Chris Hemsworth being free from the MCU and letting him like act
yeah.
because I loved him in Furiosa. I loved him in this movie, Transformers One, and just like it's like okay, you're gonna get me to watch you anytime you show up because I know it's gonna be peak.
Oh yeah. They're all of the voices in that movie were good. The one that like as time goes on, the more it's a voice that I was kind of confused by at first, but as time goes on, the more I think about it, the more I'm okay with it, and I don't know how to feel about that. It was Steve Buscemi of Starscream.
I loved that. Like as soon as he
It,
started talking, I was like, "Is that fucking Steve Buscemi?" Starscream.
dude, I was so weirded out by hearing Steve Buscemi, but then I was thinking about the line delivery, watching a few clips later. I'm just like, damn it, but it works though.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah.
No, it was fucking. I was like, no, the casting in that for the voices was on point for
Oh
that movie.
yeah, the actor they had to play in Megatron, he was like the big dude in the Godzilla movies recently.
Brian Tyree Henry
Yeah, oh
killed it in
oh
that
yeah,
role. Like the sudden change from uh D16, right?
yeah,
Was it was
yep.
that his name? To
D16.
basically turning into Megatron like was a fucking like once you like during the scene where he basically turns into him, like I was just like, fuck. Let's fucking like he acted his heart out in that movie.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be if I ever want to introduce my kids to things. If I have kids, like I have a like whenever I go on extensive dates with people, one thing I tell is like I have a lot of movies, and I could tell you right now if you want to talk about stuff like kids, I have a list, and there's some movies that I'm going to show any children I have. Like it's not a first date thing, but if I date them for a few months, I make them aware of it. You know what I mean? But if I introduce them to this concept of Transformers, like at first the only movie I would show them was the old '80s movie. I think now I have to add Transformers One to that list.
Uh-huh.
Just damn, that's a really good introduction to just what these two characters are.
Yeah.
So you can just watch Transformers One and then just pop into any Transformers series and you get it, and just like you immediately understand. Oh, these two factions at war. These two people that used to be brothers have this horrible backstory with each other. This complicated relationship. Oh, it,
It's good. It's so good. Fucking fantastic.
yeah. um, another
And no one went to go see it. No one went to go see it.
buy it on DVD, please. If it's ever buy it on
Paramount's a
Blu-ray.
fuck.
Yeah, watch it on streaming because apparently that like goes a long way for.
They taken that in consideration too.
Other things I
Um
watched. I only watched the first episode because it's free on YouTube and I don't have Max. But I watched the first episode of Creature Commandos.
I am caught up to where they are right now, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have one nitpick with the series, but based off the episode one and some of the later clips I'm seeing, I am very much liking what I see.
I love the animation.
I love the animation, but one thing I am noticing, and it only happens every like maybe once or twice, like per episode, if that. But there's some scenes where like people are talking, and instead of animating them moving, they'll do like that flash animation thing where they just slide the part, that one image like to the left or something in the
Oh yeah, I
background.
noticed that with one of the in
Yeah,
like the first episode, one of the characters did that, and I was like, ooh, okay, I see where they had to cut corners here.
I know it's again, it's a minor nitpick because if you cut corners, like something's gonna suffer. But I wish they just didn't make it so obvious.
Yeah.
Which and it's weird
Now,
because
when it gets to the fight scenes,
oh the fight scenes
it
are
fucks.
amazing. Oh my god. Oh,
Like the one between Rick Flag versus
Dr. Phosphorus in the first episode, that was
was
holy
the bee's knees.
shit. And I love the
Um,
dialogue after where he basically immediately calmed him down, like, dumbass, I'm not here to torture you. Do you think Waller
yeah, I'm
doesn't
not
have a
like
backup?
fucking yeah.
It's like, that's a great just. Mm. It's like, it's almost a different version of like Omni Man's. Think, Dr. Phosphorus, think. If Dr. Waller really wanted to blow you up, wouldn't she already have her?
Yeah.
Actually, watching that episode, I'm surprised that meme hasn't come out of just instead of Omni Man and Mark, it's Rick Flag and Dr. Phosphorus. Think, Dr. Phosphorus.
Because what I like about it is, and you'll watch, and as if once you get around to watching it, I mean, I'd be totally down for stream it for you too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Is that we went to the Creature Commandos Comic-Con panel, and like one of the things that like James Gunn said was like, I didn't want this to be Guardians of the Galaxy but DC. I actually am trying actively to get away from that, and I'm gonna I'm want to prove it to you guys with the show. And so far, I think he's doing a really good job because like as the show goes on, you go like, oh, I can't wait to see this character. I bet he's gonna have a tragic backstory. Oh no, he's a dick. He deserves everything coming to, or
Yeah.
or it's just like, um. But I think he's got something going on right now, and it's so funny because this was never going to get greenlit ever. But then when they put James Gunn in charge of the DC universe, he was like, all right, I'm in charge. I'm greenlighting Creature Commandos because I want this to happen. Because when you're your own boss, you can just do that. But this is kind of his baby too. This is how he's introducing the new DC universe essentially, and I'm really excited to see how it unfolds because he's also taking into consideration the fact all the voice actors for the show. He's like, I don't want them just to be voices in the show. I'm casting to also have these guys play their live action counterparts in the DC universe too.
Oh,
because apparently Frank Grillo is going to be Rick Flag Sr. in Superman, I think.
oh, fuck
So
yeah.
I thought that was super cool. So he's like playing the long game right now on doing that, and I'm really glad that he's like trying to get out of the whole like bubble of the.
I had to remind myself what Rick Grill looked like in person. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's Rick Flag. That is absolutely Rick.
Yeah, 100%.
I knew they were doing Alan Tudyk because we as a fucking Dr. Phosphorus was like, oh fuck yeah, he's gonna play the shit out of that role.
Yeah. So yeah, we know at some point we'll have to like sit down and watch the rest of the episodes because you're so good. I'm actually really liking this show, and I'm really excited to see how the rest of it pans out.
I've seen a few clips, and I like how adults like the two clips I've seen actually revolve around the backstory stuff for the Bride and GI Robot. The one for the Bride is basically when she was created, and it just has the speech from the doctor about like why she's screaming and everything whatnot. I love that because, and it made me realize, how have we gone this fucking long with like a Frankenstein movie, and no one's ever addressed that specific facet of like the creation of life?
Yeah.
and it takes
It is crazy that they haven't done that yet,
yeah,
and it feels like we're finally getting it.
yeah. How are we just now tackling like just the whole like, well, this is why they're screaming, this is why they're uncomfortable. You have to understand their mindset about the difference between this and nurturing a baby. How are we getting that perspective from fucking Creature Commandos, and none of like the great horror movies have addressed like this part of Frankenstein? It feels so weird to me. The
Universal's cowards. That's why
yeah,
their
the
dark universe failed, and this is what we get.
yeah, the other one though is it's just like that brief dialogue from GI Robot. I think that actually might be just one I could preview in the next episode. I don't even know, but basically it talks about like, oh, like if you didn't have your directive, like what would you do? Well, I don't have one. All I have is my directive. Well, humor me for a bit. Like, hypothetically, if you didn't have your directive, what would you want to do? And he just pauses for a second. I think I want to go home and see my son. And I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck? Yeah, it's just
yeah,
and
yeah.
the fact that he said,
You don't expect that.
yeah, which is weird because oh my god, I love GI Robot in episode one. You know, fucking the fish lady. I can't even think of her name, but it's like if
Oh,
they're
Nina, the
Nina.
one everyone wants to fuck.
Hell yeah, same. But
Same. But
when she was talking to the GI Robot on the balcony, like if I could kill Nazis with anybody, it'd be you. It's like, I believe I have made a friend. It has been so long. When can I kill Nazis? I love, I
I
love
love it
GI.
because he's like, "Is this a Nazi?" They're like, "No, that's not a Nazi." Because in the third episode, they really show why you should make sure you tell him that's not a Nazi.
Dude,
He has no qualms whatsoever, and he kills with extreme prejudice,
he's like the
as it should be.
he's like someone gave a kid with anger issues, like he's like a kid with anger issues and a gun playing Among Us in live in real time. This person's
Yes, no,
sus.
it is. Are you among us?
That's just what a Nazi would say.
That's I love GI Robot, dude.
The fucking plane. Like, why is Weasel strapped down? Is this show gonna make me ugly cry like Arcane did? I don't think it's gonna go that far, but it's gonna give you a few surprises from what I can tell.
I mean, did you watch Guardians 3?
Yeah, okay,
I
Guardians.
think he might do the same thing with this one because they haven't gone into the backstories of everyone else yet, but
Oh, they
I feel
haven't
like
done
they're
Nina
probably gonna
yet. Because
no, but I feel like it's gonna be real fucked up.
yeah, if anyone's like the Brides was already just like the what little I know about it's already kind of heavy. But when I got like the
Uh,
basic gist from Waller at the beginning of episode one, if anyone's going to make me cry, I feel it's going to be Nina.
yeah.
At the panel, James Gunn said it was going to be the most tragic story yet. So okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Fuck. So yeah, Griffin,
Hi, baby.
prepare to ugly cry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Max, and I can tell you only on episode one and what very few clips I've seen. The show's funny and the action scenes, oh my god, they are amazing.
Yeah, for where they had to cut corners on, I saw where the rest of the budget went to.
Yes. Now the last new release thing I want to talk about before we really get into holiday stuff. Secret Level. At least the first 8 episodes of Secret Level. I have no qualms talking about it because each episode is its own thing, and there's probably gonna be more to talk about when the next batch releases. Which when is the next batch releasing?
I did not hate a single episode. I had a least favorite episode, but honestly, every single episode had its merits
Yeah,
for different reasons. Did you watch all of them?
I watched all 8. I watched the first 8.
Okay, or yeah, all the current batch. Yeah, the first 8.
Yes.
D&D episode, Sifu,
I
um,
I think I
New World.
okay. I love the New World episode. It's not my favorite one.
I did too. I didn't expect it to be that heartfelt.
I
And I also didn't expect Arnold Schwarzenegger to be voicing the guy because as the episode went, I'm like, why does that sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger? And then like I went, I was like, you can pause it to like see like the little pop up on Prime, and I'm like, what the fuck? That is Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was so shocked by it because I'm like, you don't really like. I mean, obviously he's done like comedic roles, but like being like him in a comedic role, playing it so seriously like that was so fucking funny,
dude.
And I love the premise of the episode.
Dude, knowing that going in, just all the scenes, I've come to a new land. I am your king. Yeah.
And then dying a horrible death and respawning.
Oh my god.
My liver.
Oh, I seek power. I'm a spleen.
Just getting bodied constantly because he's just, piece of shit ex king and all that.
Yeah.
I really like that one. Obviously the Warhammer one was fucking peak.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say anything because I just think everyone just needs to go fucking watch it. Even if you're not a 40K fan, fucking amazing. Pac-Man, what the fuck?
Dude.
Me and Brie were like, what the fuck did we watch after we were done with it? And that's all I want to say on that one too, because it's such a fucking batshit episode.
The first sentence, the first words that came out of my show, I'm not gonna say what they are because you need to experience it. But as soon as the person who says the first lines talking to the main character, as soon as they say their first sentence, my only response is, "I'm scared."
Yeah, it was like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean I have to do that?
But the end, by that? Oh my god!
Oh, the end! Fuck? I was just like sitting there. I'm just like I think my jaw was open the whole time. Like the last 5 minutes of that short.
There's gonna be a new game themed specifically around that version of Pac-Man.
Yes,
I want to play
Shadow
it.
Maze.
I want to play it. And I want to have an existential crisis while I play it. Oh my god.
Shadow Labyrinth. It's called Shadow Labyrinth. It's supposed to be coming out next year. It's going to be a Metroidvania.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah. I know that trailer came out and I've been actively avoiding it until I watched it, but I watched most of that stuff earlier today. So I
still don't think it prepares you for what happens in that episode.
Oh, probably not.
Man.
I think my favorite one, just from I haven't played this game at all, but I love just when a story is just very tight, it's sweet, it's about. I really think the Sifu one was my favorite,
and it was so short, and I wanted more of the episodes to be like that, where I had a really obviously. I think where are they? Studio Fortiche, the guys that did Arcane, it looked like they animated that episode.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking amazing. It was just so fucking short. Because it was so amazing. But it was like, but that's the thing. And I guess that's the only my only complaint about the whole secret level thing.
Inconsistent episode length.
It feels like a giant advertisement for all of these games.
Yeah.
It's literally like, hey, did you like that? Well, go play the game if you want more of that. Huh?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and so I couldn't help but like feel like that's the cynical part of me. I'm just like, I was like, I want more of this, but like, I know you're trying to just get me to play your damn game.
Right.
I'm like, fuck you. I'm not playing New World. I don't like MMORPGs.
Right.
Or Crossfire. So that was my least favorite one.
Same.
Crossfire was my least favorite, and I think everyone would agree because no one gives a shit about a fucking Chinese knockoff Counter-Strike that Remedy picked up.
Dude, take a fucking shot every time one of the characters says they're not the bad guy.
I'm not the bad. Oh yeah, fucking. Oh my god, yeah. The whole time I was just like, oh, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. And it's just like, I'm like, all right, I've seen this. Like, it's just classic, like modern military like things.
Sir, you can't do that.
It's like
you're not the bad guy.
Realistic. Yeah, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm like, I didn't hate it. I thought, like, I'm really impressed with how far we've come with 3D visuals. But like, it's also uninspiring too, especially when it's a modern military game. So that was definitely my least favorite.
Yeah.
But like I also didn't hate it either because I was like, this isn't.
No, it's still competently made. It looks great, and just all the. it was enjoyable watch, and I think the length of it does help tremendously.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was generic garbage, but because it doesn't demand your attention for like a full 40-minute time frame, it's like here's like 15 minutes of just a mini shooter epic. Like, yeah, all right, this is fine. The one that was it Armored Core? No,
Yeah,
yes,
the yeah, Armored Core. The Armored
that
Core one was pretty good
that one
too.
was sick. That one I feel like had the potential to be more than just a game advertisement, and just started going into stuff like this could be the subject of an actual show. Like this
I
looks,
agree. That was the only one that took its concept and it was basically building upon,
yeah,
because there's really not a lot of story stuff when it comes to like, a lot of FromSoft thing. I mean, obviously everything's like all in the background and all that stuff. Armored Core may have more of that, but I did like that it was like, hey, we want to expand on the lore of this game, and this is what we're going to do it with. And I'm thinking there might be more episodes for that because they really left off on a kind of an interesting cliffhanger.
yeah, yeah. They really did. There might be
And
more.
I also really like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves just makes everything better.
Oh yeah, no one's better than me. You're
Yeah.
breathtaking.
Me when I see someone playing my main on the enemy team.
uh,
Oh man, but yeah, no, I didn't hate any of the episodes. I liked the episodes that like the 40K one was my favorite. Sifu was great.
like,
Pac-Man was great, and the Armored Core one were like, and the New World one were like the big ones.
so
Um, yeah.
I did like the Unreal Tournament one, but again, I my
Oh
perspective
shit,
on
that's right. The Unreal Tournament one was really cool because like sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like I forgot I was like, there's one more that I'm missing.
oh
I think it's crazy they decided to do an entire backstory on a random character skin in that fucking game because Unreal Tournament has no fucking story whatsoever. And so the fact they like went out of their way to be like, all right, here, we got a bit of a story and just fucking threw it. And I was pleasantly surprised by it.
oh yeah,
I got really excited because of all the fucking like all the callbacks to the actual thing, like using the original announcer for the fucking game in it and all that stuff. I'm like, fuck you, Epic, for ignoring, like, for killing this IP for Fortnite. But I was really impressed by it. I was like really surprised, but at the same time, just like, you bastards.
okay. I'm glad you said that because the point I was going to make was I perspective. I have never played the Unreal Tournament games. I very much liked
Uh,
what I saw, but I could tell that I would either like it so much more or hate it if I knew more about what was going on because it looks like they were doing very specific things with specific people, and I didn't know
uh,
if that was true or not. So so you saying that it is like better, but it just seems weird that they hyper focused on just like a random skin of a random character.
yeah, it was Zan, I believe, is it, and he's just like a random robot that you can play as in Unreal Tournament. That's literally it. Because otherwise, it's just a fucking arena shooter. There's no story. There's nothing there. That's all it is. Like they give you maybe a little basic thing of like backstory, and that's it. But then they're like, hey, what if we just like did something with this? I think that'd be kind of cool. And then they decided to make a fucking banger of a backstory for that,
Yeah.
which I thought it was cool. I liked the whole thing with it.
Oh, so, Griffin says, I need to hear Keanu Reeves say, I just love Latinas, Sonic. Adios, amigo. All right. Well, I need that now as well. But well, Griffin, remember your homework is you have to watch Secret Level. Um, fuck, it was so good. I I haven't even played most of the game so far, but the ones I did play, I paid attention to. I love the D&D one.
It was
Like
fun.
it. I love the attention to detail, to like even just little stuff like casting speed and just like protecting back line,
Yeah.
polymorphing this guy into a
Yeah.
snail. The one thing I admittedly am not well versed on because I play Pathfinder like a filthy casual, not D&D, is Tiamat. I know it exists, and I just see like that. And like, is that how Tiamat comes to the world? Just all xenomorphy? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's a way to go about it.
That,
I mean, there really is no, I guess, no canonical way that they decide to do it. So it's really cool that
yeah.
this is their way of being like, oh yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. Here you go.
I also love how the party's just like, guys, I can hold them up, but the loot though.
I did like the little deal. I was like, oh, they are just like a fucking little D&D group, huh?
Also, I need DJ to watch that because that dwarf monk is a baller.
Oh my god, yeah. What a badass.
Oh, man. Well, I guess if you haven't seen it yet, go watch Secret Level. Watch Creature Commandos. I'm gonna find a way to watch it, but move on to the main event. It's a bit before Christmas, but I wanted to do the Christmas episode now because I'm setting up a bi-weekly schedule, and I didn't want to talk about. It felt weird to talk about Christmas movies after Christmas. Sue me, but but uh, I just kind of want to focus on what some of our favorite Christmas movies are. No specific, just only two things that are scary or funny or like no, just nice chill. What are some of your favorite Christmas movies, Kitty Man?
So I'm always in between Elf or A Christmas Story. I just think they're fucking classics. And like I don't think we've had a movie since Elf really kind of be that big, like iconic. Like can you think of any movie since Elf since that movie came out like as iconic as it was since like what 2004,
No,
I think?
nothing of that level. There certainly has been movies I want to be that I like so much more than Elf that I Drake and Josh Christmas. Good luck, Charles. You know,
That's right. Every time I bring that up, she's like Drake and Josh Christmas.
like gosh,
That's
there
iconic.
there's certainly like things that have come out recently that I want to be more popular, that I want to get that level of recognition. The one that comes to mind is Spirited, which is on Apple TV, and if you have it or just get a free trial, watch Spirited with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. It's a good movie. It's just a twist on A Christmas Carol, just like a modern twist, and just how the ghost system works. I don't. The more I say about it, the more I risk spoilers, and I don't want to spoil that one too much. But no, you're right. Like there is nothing that has reached that level of just notoriety that Elf has.
Not since Die Hard. No, I'm
Not
kidding.
that's hey,
No. Oh my gosh. I love bringing up that as a joke.
uh, it's not a joke. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. What are you talking about?
That's true. You're right. You're right. Klaus should have been as big, though.
Yes,
You bring up a great point, Bree. That
I,
movie should have been as big because I need to sit down and actually watch that. I keep always seeing clips of it. I just need to sit down and watch that movie because,
beautiful
oh my
movie.
God, I just love the way the animation looks.
Yeah, I agree with Brie because you know what they did? Like they basically they tried to combine CG and hand drawn in a very creative way. Like I can't I, okay, I swear I'm gonna sound like an asshole. I know how they did it. At least I was looking up something about this just the other day in preparation for this. You have Netflix now. You can watch it. How
Oh my God, we do.
now
We can watch
so
it.
animated.
Bree, let's watch it tonight when we're building a gingerbread house.
Okay, because I knew it was one way. No, nope. Pause that. Yeah, not what I wanted. Stupid ad. But basically all of it 2D. It is hand drawn, but they use specific shading techniques and just certain backdrops to make it look 3D, and it looks
Right.
gorgeous. Klaus was next to the movie. You can see watching it tomorrow. Yeah, like it is to me. It's one of those movies I have to watch every year. I it's so sweet, and I learned something about um one of the actors in the movie, Brie, the little girl, the little girl who spoke in the foreign language. Apparently, when they cast her, they actually tried to get her to speak English because she technically knew it, but it was a second language for her, and it was so difficult for her to speak. They just let her speak in her just original tone and work that into the movie. And it's like that's just so charming that you're just like, no, the kid's literally going to be more comfortable speaking in her natural language, and we want her here to do this. She's because she's such a good voice actress. Let's just let her do her thing. Ooh.
I wish I knew enough to know how impressive that is, but I'm sure when I watch it, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Oh, again,
This probably what's gonna end up happening.
it's a minor thing, but like when you see the girl in question and you just see how just adorable she is, it's like there was a choice for the sake of the girl more than the movie to like let her speak in her original language and her native language because it was easier for her, easier for her parents, and just easier for everyone. And they found a way like we don't really have to change much in the movie to make this work. Just add a few extra lines of dialogue here and there. That makes two movies where J.K. Yeah, this that makes two movies where J.K. Simmons has played Santa.
Wait, does he play Santa in that one too?
Hell yeah, he's Santa and Klaus.
Oh my god. Of course, though. I mean, when you think of someone voicing Santa, I guess I could see it's J.K. Simmons. I feel like that's just perfect.
Oh yeah, nowadays it just works. Speaking of good Santas, though, there's a few movies that are to me holiday staples. Like I will find the time to watch them every year, either on my own, ideally with my family. Uh, One is just some Muppet movies like Muppet Christmas Carol and Lemon Hearts, but well, there's one that I watch every year with Trey. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch it with you this weekend, this coming weekend, Griffin. Ernest Saves Christmas. I'm gonna try, but yeah. Jack Frost, Twink Tumbler, no.
Oh my god. Wait, which Jack Frost?
It's the Rise of the Guardians one. You know which one.
Oh, the one everyone wanted to fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Who else would be on Tumblr? It's
I didn't even see. Oh, now I'm reading it now. Twink Tumblr. I just heard Jack Frost Twink, and I was like, wait, what? Oh, that one.
yeah. Uh, but like there's one that's Ernest Saves Christmas. Like if I love that movie. First off, Ernest movies. If you don't like Ernest movies, I get it. He has a very particular brand of comedy in his movies. If it's not for you, that's fine. I like them. And the guy they had to play Santa in Ernest Saves Christmas is one of the most wholesome Santa Claus they could have cast in any Santa Claus movie. He is an amazing Santa Claus. And he doesn't do just that big bellowing ho ho ho. He doesn't do that. He's the older, subdued, just happy to see the smiling faces of children. He's just a really joyful guy.
See, it's funny because I don't think I've actually watched the Ernest one.
It again, it's Ernest Saves Christmas. So if you don't like Ernest, it's hard for me to recommend it. But if you don't mind that level of comedy, for for the sake of the emotional moments in that movie, which still managed to like uh, give me a little eye watery at certain scenes at the end. Griffin knows what
Uh,
scene at the end gets me a little eye water. It's just a little like line share at the end of the movie between two characters, and I get a little emotional. But it to me is just like a staple. Like oh, it's such a good Santa Claus, and I want to go on a mini rant about this, about like the spirit of Christmas.
oh,
And okay,
do it.
it's not like a bad rant, but I know people like just to throw around like just the generic spirit of Christmas. And as a holiday, I think Christmas has evolved to a point. Like I know people in my family do this. I know people in my family argue other way. How like Christmas started as something related to just Christian mindsets. Not to get religious, but I firmly believe Christmas as it is now, and quite frankly, how it's been since the fucking 60s, it is a celebration of two things: family and consumerism.
We fuck with one of them.
Yeah. It's like it is a holiday where you're going to spend time with your family and loved ones, and you're going to try to like give them a great gift to show your appreciation. If you want to celebrate Christmas because of the religious aspects, that's fine. But I do think we need to accept that like the spirit of Christmas is this spirit of forgiveness, togetherness, just family, and just pure love. And that being
It's
said,
about family.
about family. Yes, but that being said, Ernest Saves Christmas in just a few moments captures what a lot of just bog standard Christmas movies never quite get. Most do. Klaus gets it. In a weird way, Christmas Vacation and Elf get it. But just that true spirit.
Sorry, I was expecting you to say Christmas vacation.
I know,
I do like that.
but just like this weird the sense of when you're celebrating Christmas with family, you have to have these moments that show that the family that there is an honest love there. Like these are like this is my family. These are my loved ones. I love being around them. Like if the characters can't show that they love being around these people, then it's not a good Christmas movie. And in Ernest Saves Christmas, when like everyone's together at the end and like they do the whole resolution, you feel in your soul these are people that have gone through an adventure and they are happy to be with each other right now. They love each other. They forgive them for anything wrong that they've done. And when there's these two characters just embrace, you feel it. You know?
That we love. We
Yeah.
love that. That's the spirit of Christmas.
It's the spirit of Christmas, like that pure family spirit of Christmas.
None of the cynical stuff like
No,
some movies like to do.
oh no, the cynical stuff has its
Oh,
place. It's just
oh, of course, of course. Oh,
like
absolutely. I mean, it's just like, but like, everyone just kind of assumes like with most like generic like Christmas movies where they're just like, oh, family, and that's it. And it's just kind of like there's a little more. There's a little more of that. Where's the? Because I see what you mean now. Now that
yeah,
you brought up those examples, that a lot of movies don't seem to nail that aspect of the Christmas spirit, I guess.
I know it's so weird to say it like that because it feels generic to say that. But at the end of the day, like Christmas as a holiday has evolved to mean more than its original roots. It is no longer just a Christian holiday. It is now a
Yeah.
celebration of just everyone. It is a celebration to some extent of consumerism, just to some extent of just being around your loved ones. And if you all that sort of thing, it has its own. It literally means everything to everyone. This is a holiday that the sheer fact that it is celebrated in different parts of the world in earnest, like Japan, it like should like on the surface should be weird because wasn't wait because you think wait wasn't this like a Christian holiday? But then you look at what it means around the world and what like there's that common thread. The only common thread around this time is what we the Christmas spirit, just the spirit of just togetherness. Like
Uh,
for a short time, everyone's just gonna get each other a good present, spend some quality time with their loved ones, and try not to be at each other's throats. It is a day of love and peace. It is a celebration of that feeling and that moment.
and that's why Die Hard is the best Christmas movie because it encapsulates all of the.
Yeah. No. Okay. So now that I'm off my soapbox in that regard, so that being said, like a great like authentic Christmas movie does capture that spirit, but I do think as long as it takes place during Christmas time, it is technically a Christmas movie. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. Like I
Oh yeah, Gremlins is a Christmas movie. Yeah.
hell yeah, hell yeah. Oh, and like of course Krampus. These are movies that I will watch, but like I'm gonna watch these because they're fun. I'm gonna watch Die Hard because I want to watch fucking John McClane yell shout yippee ki I'm gonna watch Gremlins to just listen to that sick fucking theme and just watch chaos for an hour and a half. I'm gonna watch Krampus because of just how much of an underrated monster movie that is. Oh my god.
I still have yet to see that movie,
Oh,
but like hearing a lot of people online say it's actually a really good and competently made movie that I should watch. I'll probably have to sit down and do it.
I might do a watch party on it. Okay, so I'm off for an extended period of time after Christmas. Before it, maybe this weekend if I could find time. I might do a watch party for Krampus. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got to figure out what I'm doing this coming weekend. But
Okay.
yeah, I. Are there any other movies that like maybe around Christmas time that you just love, or you just like yeah, I have to watch it?
Would you argue Eyes Wide Shut's a Christmas movie then?
I, You know that meme where you just see the stick figure just raise his finger and then lower it and shut? I literally just did that because like I want to just listen here, you motherfucker.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, when you're talking about, crazy sexual fantasies, during Christmas time, I mean, with Tom Cruise dealing with the fucking cult, I think it's a Christmas movie. Technically during Christmas.
Listen, if you want to watch that during Christmas, more power to you. But
That's not on the list of movies we need to watch during Christmas.
Fuck it, I'm putting the trailer for Eyes Wide Shut when I make a playlist for this episode. Just to confuse everybody. Oh gosh. Okay, so I do have a semi hot take on two Christmas movies that are super popular. The Grinch and Elf. So
The Grunch.
The Grunch. All right, so
I need to change my picture to Baby Grinch.
I do like both of these movies. I will happily watch both of these movies. And they are both more so Elf, but they are both slowly approaching this weird spot in my mind that is currently only occupied by Hocus Pocus. Movies that, by all objective metrics, are not bad movies. I can't find a reason to hate it. However, they are they are just overhyped to shit. Oh my god. The movies are always like overplayed, and like as soon as like November 1st rolls around, I start seeing Elf everywhere, and like it's starting to like get on my nerves a little bit.
Elf.
Yeah, it's like
would you put it under the same umbrella as Night Before Christmas?
Kinda. Like to me it's kind of taken over Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, and
I mean in terms of like how overdone it is.
Yeah. And to be fair, the reason Hocus Pocus is right now the only one in that space is because, personally for me, because I watched a lot of Disney Channel and Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and those channels as a kid. I was a Florida TV baby, but Hocus Pocus came on a lot, and and it was also shown in my school a lot, and then the family would like to watch it a lot, and so I'm just tired of seeing it, and just whenever people want to play Hocus Pocus, and Elf is slowly approaching that point where it's not the Christmas spirit. I know, Brie, I'm sorry. It's not Elf is not a bad movie, but like it's not the only Christmas movie. I guess is my ultimate point. Never seen
like it's just so overdone to the point where it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Would you say it's the Mariah Carey? No,
it's the Mariah.
That's a different like section of oh god.
Never seen.
That it's time.
I know. Like I brought up Hocus Pocus as an example to kind of express my point, but like Elf to me, they're in the same spot or same general concept in my head. Elf is a good movie. I don't hate it. Like I do think that because of how just occasionally mean spirited that is, and like sometimes Buddy will get hurt. Like when he just runs down, gets hit by a car, like juxtaposed with just like that innocent humor that's more and more traditional Christmas movies. It has a lot of charm to it. It's a good movie. I'm just thinking like I think of movies like Klaus, and I think of movies like Spirited, and like there's so many other good Christmas movies, even older ones. It's like I don't know. Maybe one year I want to go out to the Christmas aisle and see just the Christmas vacation ornaments, or the like an array of like hats from Klaus, or something different, like a variety in the holiday selection. You know?
Uh-huh. You want more than just like the same 3 or 4 things, because there's other Christmas, like iconic Christmas things.
Yes, exactly.
But the mainstream will only allow you the four:
Yeah.
Elf, Mariah Carey, Grunch, and
Yeah.
there is a fourth one.
Yeah.
Obviously there's way more than four.
Oh, you know.
Fuck it, I'm throwing Sonic underneath there. Sonic is a
So-
Christmas thing. I'm sorry, but when going to Target, I was shocked by the amount of Sonic Christmas stuff that was around. It kind of blew my mind.
Really? Okay, I need to go to Target then because I haven't seen any Sonic Christmas shit.
Hold on, let me find you a continue, but yeah.
But no, like that aside. Okay, so that aside, I always go out of my way to watch the movies that either have a deep personal meaning to me or just. Lately, I've been on a stint of trying to watch new things, like actually new things. The most recent new thing Christmas related I've watched is Snoopy, but it's deserved.
It's Snoopy. I guess Peanuts. Yeah, Peanuts is one. Wait, ignore what I just sent you, please. God, it was supposed to be the fucking image, not a fucking.
No, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna.
Why is it just? It's Squishmallow made a fucking Sonic plush, and he's just fat.
Oh god,
He's just fucking fat.
he just fucking fat.
But
Okay,
I
so
do want him. I think I love him.
So
there it goes.
Oh,
that's at Target. I can go to Target right now. I'm gonna go to Target when I pick up Brie. I'm gonna buy one.
That's way past cool.
I'm gonna throw it at Griffin. I'd be like, "Merry Christmas!" It's gotta go fast.
Well, you make
I do love him though.
You make a good point, Brie. Like Snoopy does get a pass, and honestly, things like Snoopy and Nightmare Before Christmas are like the big things that like have been shutting me up in recent years about it. It's like I could complain to the live long day about how much I don't want to see Elf and like Hocus Pocus and all these other specific holiday movies that the mainstream likes to shove down my throat. But again, they are good movies, and me not liking them is a personal choice. Like I just don't want to see it like because instead of Elf, I want to watch Spirit.
The Chef.
I want to watch Muppet Christmas Carol. I have other holiday movies I want to watch, and I don't want to be reminded of these other movies that I'm kind of met on every time I turn a new direction. So as long as like things like Snoopy and Nightmare Before Christmas exist, it's hard to find a legitimate objective problem with Elf being advertised as much as it is.
It's just how it is. It's just what the mainstream has decided is.
Yeah. I also think that Snoopy is more about
the film
concept of Snoopy than the movie shows themselves. There's also many Snoopy movies versus the one same overplayed one movie in the franchise. That's fair. Like
Snoopy as a concept.
Snoopy has
is way more important. Yes.
Snoopy has transcended beyond just the Peanuts movies.
It's true. He's his own fella.
But I just mentioned it. Have you ever seen Muppet Christmas Carol?
I don't know.
Because that's on
Have
Disney.
I'm sorry. It's just one of those things where it's like it's probably trapped in the back of my mind.
So that one's on Disney Plus. Griffin, this is one of those movies where like you do have to watch a certain way because there's always like a weird part cut from the movie that should not be cut from the fucking movie.
I feel like as a child, I have definitely watched this.
So yeah, it's on Disney Plus. You should totally watch it again. And on Disney Plus, if you go to extras, there's like a version of the movie that has an extra song sung by Scrooge. Like it's kind of when he goes into the past. And by the way, Michael Caine is Scrooge. Oh my god.
Okay.
Every year, Griffin posts this meme.
I'm seeing that now. Yeah. Oh my god.
Every year, Griffin posts this meme on Facebook that is 100% true. People talking to Michael Caine. All right, you're gonna be in a Christmas movie with the Muppets. You could just be as serious as possible. Michael Caine, I'm gonna play this as serious as a heart attack. He is so fucking serious in a Muppet movie. It is hilarious.
I appreciate that though. I appreciate an actor who just. That's the best part, though, is when they play it straight like that.
Yeah. Kermit just trying to feed his family and his sick son, Tiny Tim. Yes. It is a Christmas Carol, just that generic just not generic, but that story, the concept, that story, and everything. It's been done so many different ways, so many different avenues. There's like different live action versions of Christmas Carol, Muppet Christmas Carol, Disney. There's not many I don't like. I think Spirited and the Muppet version are like up there for me as versions of that story because they kind of go against the grain a bit.
Okay.
But no, if you watch Muppet Christmas Carol, which you should, it's on Disney Plus. Here's my hot take. I despise the Polar Express. You know what, Brie? I don't think that's a hot take because I watched that movie, or at least most of that movie, actually at work because they started playing Christmas movies, and when my break started, Polar Express was like at the part where they boarded the train, so I watched most of it again. I kind of with you, Brie. It's I don't hate it. It's not that good. It's not.
It's that is see when I was talking about like movies that not really miss the point, but it's just like it just plays it so fucking safe. Polar Express is that movie.
Yeah,
Also, weird Tom Hanks playing everyone
yeah. It's a weird looking, scary. You're
and
right.
uncanny.
Yeah,
Yes.
some people characters look very uncanny. If I were to characterize it, it's just a generic, bland movie with like one good moment at the end. Because yeah, like the moment where the kid is talking to Santa, as brief of a moment as it is, that part is perfectly wholesome, perfectly fine. But it's not worth the however fucking long it took to get to that moment. You know,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
it's just kind of at best it's slightly above average, but that's being super generous. It's not that good. And you're right. It just misses the spirit. I think because it's too literal. It tries to just say you're supposed to believe, you're supposed to be in it tries to tell the kids what they're supposed to believe in as opposed to letting them come to that conclusion themselves, which is what the book did. You know?
I see.
And all has
And
to
see, now I'm remembering that it is based off a book, and I just totally forgot about that until you reminded me.
and I think part of that is those tickets because in the Polar Express movie, like they have these tickets, and like each one's supposed to correspond to a lesson the individual kids are supposed to learn. But at the end of the day, like, well, here's the thing: like the kids are going to meet Santa. Like they're not going to learn a lesson. It's like you took all these kids with imagination trying to take them to meet Santa, and you're supposed to now say these kids are all flawed and like are potentially on the naughty list and they have to learn a lesson before they get presents. It's like a weird mishmash of things that when you start to think about it don't work. Oh yeah, okay, no, the songs in the movie are fine. But I feel like that's kind of cheating because there's not many Christmas movies that have bad songs. There's some, but not many, you know?
Did we lose connection?
Oh, I think we did briefly. I hear you now.
Okay. Hey, okay. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, you like stop talking. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
and
No, 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 you stopped talking too. I was just reading a comment. Griffin City enjoyed the hot chocolate song. I was like, I do too,
I
but
do too.
it, I don't know if that's fair because there's not many Christmas movies that have a, necessarily bad songs. Kind of a weird thing now that I'm thinking about it. Well, granted, there are bad ones, but when it comes to Christmas movies, I think they put extra effort into the songs because Christmas is a very musical holiday when you get down to it.
Yeah, well, caroling and all that good stuff. I'm just trying to think of like a bad Christmas song.
No, it's not many. I don't even. Well, granted, a lot of them sound the same, and South Park had a good parody about that. Have you? Damn it! Now that's gonna be stuck in my head. Basically, just a song just repeated. Christmas only comes once a year, in like 18 different ways all throughout the song.
It's like all I'm thinking of is like really bad. animated movies.
Yeah, the less money they have, the less they care. And with Christmas movies, I guess they usually care about the songs first. Hmm.
I'm trying to think of the movie. It was an anime movie where it was the orphans and had the really mean old lady in it. And then Santa comes in, and I guess she gets like electric. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but it was so fucking bad. And I think Nostalgia Critic covered it
Yeah, he
too.
did. Yeah, he did. I know what movie you're
Do you
talking
remember what
about.
that one
Oh, I
was?
think it was just called The Christmas Tree. Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. But uh damn, that's gonna bug me.
It was The Christmas Tree,
Yeah.
the TV movie. Yes, and it was like really bad. And like the mean old lady tries to chop it down with a chainsaw, and then like doesn't like fucking kill her or some shit, like
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. God said no. It's like lightning.
IMDb has a trivia about this movie. The USA Network only aired this special once in 1991, and it was never shown again.
I wonder why. But
I wonder why.
you know what movie was like not shown too often, but like is such a crazily bad Christmas movie? Grandma got
What?
run over by a reindeer.
I always think I found the music that I hate. Yeah. What
Grandma's
was the
going to
one where they
sue the
fucking
pants
do
off
this
of
pants off for Santa?
Because when you think Christmas,
Oh, that movie's so bad. Oh my
dude,
god, yeah, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. What sucks is that Cartoon Network would air that fucking movie all the time.
all the time.
All the fucking time, along with all of the other reindeer, which was way cuter.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. That's a really that's an underrated one. All of the other reindeer. I I love the pun that is just a spur of the whole misunderstanding. Yeah, he's calling for me, Olive, the other reindeer. Like, oh, you're too adorable. I don't even want to
Oh, you're
correct.
so sweet, little fella.
Oh, I've never seen Always Change the Channel. Okay, so Grandma's gonna get run over by a reindeer. It's a bad movie, but it is a
In
trip.
entertaining
It
way.
is such a trip. That Griffin says that song activates my burning mode.
Yeah, my burning mode.
Is it
That
burned into your skull?
it first. I hate because it is burned into my skull.
Griffin, what would you do if I just called you later in the week and just started going, Grandma's gonna sue the pants off of Santa?
And that's it. That's the whole song. And they're fucking dancing and all that shit, looking like the fucking
The Chiquita banana.
the Chiquita banana lady. Because that was the whole plot of the movie, was that like they were suing Santa, and she was gonna get the evil aunt was gonna get the money for it, and then like Grandma comes out and is like, I'm not dead, actually, I was taken care of by Santa because Rudolph felt really bad. I forgot who it was. I forgot which one, but the one of the reindeers was in charge, and he was very angry and did it, but he apologized and everything was fine. The end.
I'm gonna have to send you a video. An animator I love on YouTube actually did a video about Grandma got run over by a reindeer. It's just a little minute and a half long thing. Oh, perfect. Top of the list on Olympus channel. Oh, it's not even. It's like 46 seconds. It just kind of briefly goes over the movie. It's like a little mid joke animation. But no, exactly what we just said. He kind of went over the. It's such a cursed movie. Oh, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh my god, it just came up too when I was looking up Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
It's
Fucking
Dubus.
Gubbus Dubbus.
Dubus Goobus. I love this guy.
I'll have to watch that.
Okay. I want to go back to the Christmassy Christmas movies. There is one movie. It doesn't really air, to my knowledge. I think it only aired on like ABC once or twice. So they had like that scene with the Muppets. It's an older special. Um, and it's hard for me to recommend because it's not immediately apparent it's a Christmas movie, but I think it captures the spirit very nicely. It's an old Jim Henson movie, or a short, more accurately, just
Uh,
30
uh.
30 something minutes. It's called Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It is
From 1977, from Jimothy Henson himself.
from Jimothy Henson himself. It's basically a story of it takes place in a very poor old community. Um, Basically, you have this kid and his mom. They're trying to get each other gifts, and the gifts they're getting for each other, like specifically benefits something else they already have. Like the son wants to get they're both trying to win this competition so they can get the other person a gift. Like the son wants to get the mom, and it's basically just this fancy automatic washer that goes onto the wash tub, so to make her life easier because she tries so hard. But the mom,
Okay, okay.
but the mom, in order to get a new dress so she can win the competition, ends up hawking the wash tub, and she's trying to get him like a new instrument, and he has this handmade. It's so, again, I don't want to go into specifics, but it's so wholesome. And I'm trying not to.
I'll have to look it up.
It
I'll have to see if there's somewhere I could watch that because I will be so down for more cutesy little Christmas movies with Otters.
it's very cutesy, and it's one that every year me and my family try to watch it. I think that one and Grinch are like my family's two movies, which I could just turn my brain off for Grinch because, but Emmett Otter, it's oh, it's so charming. That and Muppet Family Christmas.
Okay, okay,
I don't
okay.
know what it
I'm gonna watch
is, but
those.
like I like the Muppets. It just as time went
Who
on,
who hates the Muppets?
apparently my fucking coworkers.
Genuinely.
Apparently my fucking coworkers. I don't. My coworkers are weird, but I
I
like
have
them.
questions.
I like the Muppets a lot, and also we talked briefly about the Game Awards before this. Why did one of the old men sound young? It bugged me.
Why did one of the old men sound young and what?
The two old Muppets at the Game Awards.
Probably because they might have been different voice actors.
Like, I know they're different
They probably
voice
got someone else to
actors,
do
but
them.
like I know they have someone else to do them, and that's fine. One of them, I keep getting Statler and Waldorf mixed up. I know they're Statler and Waldorf. Regularly listen to Man or a Muppet. Yes. Mickey Mouse special where they sell each other things to get each other. Yeah.
Do you think they de-aged themselves? Do you think they took the?
Well, I don't know. Like
I don't know.
it's a minor thing. It bugged me a little
You think,
bit.
but you think they sounded a little different?
They sounded a little bit different. One of them sounded fine, but one of them did sound, I guess, too young. I don't know. I'm probably being weirdly picky. At the same
I didn't
time,
think anything of it
yeah. At the same time,
personally.
though, their joke about Kojima and Jeff Keighley is fucking hilarious. Oh, hey, there's Hideo Kojima. Did you know that he and Jeff Keighley are friends? Oh yeah.
No,
Does
yeah.
Kojima
But
know
does
that?
Kojima know that? Oh! And then they cut to Kojima and he looks actually genuinely upset. Oh,
This
fuck. That
motherfucker is
part was
going around telling
hilarious.
people we're friends. What the fuck? Like
He's like, who is that guy?
they got the humor down. I can't be too mad at their performance. Again, it's at some points it sounded young, but yeah. Another Christmas movie. Another Christmas movie. God, there's so fucking many.
There's
Griffin.
too many. We are not going to get to all of them, unfortunately. I'm sorry that you guys came here thinking we were going to talk to every single. You thought we were going to talk about every single Christmas movie. You are wrong.
I also want to talk about some of the ones that I love. Like this year, I'm trying to get more on a more consistent schedule with all this stuff. The next episode I'm going to do is going to be on the 29th, 2 weeks from today. I want to try to get that consistently down. But but that being said, the first holiday episodes we tackled this year were more generic. Like I did a Halloween episode with Lex. This one it's just Christmas. Next year on, I will try to find something more specific. Like, oh, maybe next year it's just unconventional Christmas movies. We could talk a bit more about like Die Hard, Gremlins, Krampus, all the sheer amount of killer Santa Claus slashers.
It's
Which,
only like 40,
God, yeah.
give or take.
But no, this movie I want it to be a positive spin. We're going into the holidays, and I just want to talk about. Let's think about some of my absolute favorites. We talked about Klaus, Spirited. I briefly mentioned Christmas Vacation. There's a lot of people I know that have not seen that movie, and I find that so weird.
Which is interesting because I think people know about the vacation one more than that one.
Yeah, see, that's why it's weird to me. It's like I feel like the concept of that movie is well known, but no one's ever seen it. Well, not no one, but like not as many people as you think have seen it. Just they are aware of the concept and some of the famous lines.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
all you get.
And it is a
They were
shame.
old.
Yeah, it is an older movie, and it is a shame because it is a funny movie. National Lampoon movies, oh, they could get a little raunchy and horny from time to time, like Clark fantasizing
Oh
about
yeah.
the bikini girl. but
Oh yeah. I
uh,
need to like. I probably need to go back and watch Christmas Vacation again because it's been way, way too long since I watched it.
oh, I know.
I was
Um,
baby.
so there's one movie you mentioned. You mentioned A Christmas Story? Was that you? Or am I thinking?
Yeah.
I swear I'm like I'm trying to also
Yeah,
think
yeah. I
about
mentioned
work.
Christmas Story.
Yeah,
I still that's one that I watch consistently.
yeah. I'm thinking about work, and like the question came up at work recently, so I'm thinking of everyone's answers, and I couldn't remember. Oh shit, did Keelan say Christmas Story? Or I'm thinking about what something my coworker said. But no,
Oh yeah, no, I said Christmas Vacation. I like that one.
yeah. So they made a son of a bitch, but they you know they made a sequel to A Christmas Story.
Unfortunately, I did know that.
Have you seen it?
No, but I would imagine it wasn't that good.
Okay, it wasn't as good as the first, not by a long shot,
Okay.
but I kind of I can't bring myself to hate it. Like
Is it actually not that bad?
it's not. So it's still it's the same actor who played the kid just as an adult now, going back home for Christmas. He's kind of going through the events of A Christmas Story, but from the dad's perspective with a few extra twists here and there. He gets to meet some of his friends, but this time like they're in a bar and like he's hanging out with them. They returned. The kid who played the bully is a cop. I,
Of course he is.
yeah,
But
the Christmas Story warranted 24-hour marathon on TV. I probably not, but no, like the sequel, it's worth one watch if you like the first one. Like it's surprisingly respectful, though. Just know it's not as good as the first one. It's just like the first one, solid A tier movie. This one, B minus. He did
B
fine.
minus. Sorry, I just every time I hear B minus, I think of what's his name in Sky High.
Oh God, yeah. No, you're good. Like it's okay. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. I'm happy I saw it once, but I yeah, Christmas
I did see
stories.
that there's a Christmas Story Christmas,
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the sequel.
but then I also see there's a Christmas Story 2.
Wait.
That came out in 2012.
Oh no,
Then there's a
that
Christmas Story Christmas,
A Christmas Story
which
Christmas
came out
is
2 years ago.
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, apparently this is on Max, and I'm gonna have to sit down and watch it.
Like it's not that bad.
Okay,
It's I'm looking at the ratings. Everyone's rating it like 6.7 out of 10, 79%. That's a fair rating. Like it's slightly above average. It's fine. It doesn't quite meet the expectations of the first one. That's a completely fair for a rating, I would say. Not a wholesome Christmas classic. You know, I'm gonna look this up. Let's see. Popular Christmas movies, because I can't be bothered.
You know what? I think I'm gonna be a grunge. I'm gonna cancel Christmas. There's too many damn Christmas movies.
What the fuck, Bree? What did you do to my Google search history? I literally scrolling down the things and I actually see Drake and Josh Christmas on here.
It's apparently it's a classic, dude.
It's spreading.
Yeah, I believe everything she says.
Oh boy.
She knows what she's talking about.
Ooh, there's one on Netflix, Christmas Chronicles. Have you seen that yet?
No. I don't even know what God, I really am behind on my Christmas films.
It's okay. Like I love movies and I love the holidays. All right,
Kurt Russell as Santa Claus.
Oh, it is
No, I gotta watch it.
Dude, it is amazing. There's basically a scene where like he actually gets arrested and interrogated, and he's trying to convince the cop he's Santa, and he kind of goes year by year about all the stuff like, you asked for this, you asked for this. Oh yeah, smart guy. What do I want this year? Well, you want your wife back. The fuck did you just say to me? Like, there's this whole thing, and it is amazing.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's.
I've never even heard of this one.
It's so good. Oh God, there's a lot of weird movies. Oh no, I'm at the section labeled Christmas rom-coms, and the first on the list is a movie called Hot Frosty.
Hot.
Smith Royal Oboe Pissing Monkey. No more out of context spoilers. Let him experience.
You know what else is a fun Christmas movie? Violent Night.
Hell yeah. Though I know a joke about the Killer Santa movies. Black Christmas, I think, is just a horror staple in general. Violent Night is amazing.
Old David Harbour as Santa Claus is amazing, and then him the creative kills with like Christmas stuff is amazing.
He Home Alone the shit out of those people.
Yes, he did. That's what I loved. It was basically Home Alone, except the traps are deadly.
Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Yeah, those are good. Those are good Christmas movies. Oh yeah. Oh wait, yeah.
I can't believe we failed to mention those.
Yeah.
We're fools.
We
have to close out the podcast now. How can we not talk
we
about
Home Alone? We have to rescind our.
We don't watch films, apparently, y'all.
Okay. Again, I'm looking through a list of like Christmas movies. So everything gets jumbled in my head. Like, there's obvious classics. I don't think I need to explain why they're good, like Miracle on 34th Street and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's like
I fucking love It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah, I don't think we need to explain why those are just classics. Why those are such good Christmas movies. Like, no. There is one Christmas movie that apparently people like. And I was so happy to see certain critics review it, like JonTron and Nostalgia Critic, and they agree with me, because I fucking hate Christmas with the Cranks.
So that's a real mean-spirited one.
I know it is so mean. And like, what's the premise of this movie? Well, these people they have vacation, they're having Christmas for the first time, and their kids are on their own thing, and they want to, just have Christmas in the Bahamas, have their own relaxing Christmas. And my thought is, well, what the fuck is wrong with that?
Well, when you find out that Dan Aykroyd is the main guy that's fucking with everything, you realize, oh, it makes more sense, because Dan Aykroyd's a fucking weirdo. Because Dan Aykroyd would do that shit. He's like, we do this every year.
Yep. Oh, and Bree's right.
We do this every year.
Bree is right. Home Alone was the fourth movie. You mentioned there was like 4 movies every year, and like Home Alone is the 4th movie. She's absolutely right.
She's right. No, you're right. Fuck. Thank you.
Yes. Oh yeah, Christmas with the Cranks. Like, I can't buy into that premise, because it's so predicated on the fact that literally everyone in that town is a douche. And at no point I'm thinking it's like, oh, but it's a tradition to put up Frosty. I'm like, couldn't they just say, "Hey, all right, would you help us put up Frosty while we pack, so everything is set up for your light show while we're out of town"?
No.
Well, no, because then
How dare
the
you?
movie would be 5 minutes long. And then the son just does a surprise visit, like that's supposed to be a good thing, and this couple gets screwed over by everyone around them, and they're supposed to be treated as the bad guys. They're not.
Right. Yeah, I remember watching that when I was younger, and even I was a kid. I was just like, "What's wrong with them?" But they just okay.
Yeah, I'm learning. Yeah, just looking up different popular Christmas movies. Got a great still. Ooh, Scrooged. Scrooged is a fun movie.
I'm so Scrooged.
Bad Santa, Die Hard. See, Google recognizes Die Hard's a
Yep.
Prancer.
See.
Oh, Prancer. Ooh.
I barely know her, but what's that one?
Uh, it is an older movie. Oh god, when did it come out? 89. So it's
I've never ever heard of this movie before. What?
basically a farm girl. Yeah, farm girl nurses a wounded reindeer. She believes is one of Santa's, helping it bring it back to health in time for Christmas. No spoilers, but there's a reason it's a Christmas movie. It is.
I wonder why.
It is, but no. In all seriousness, it is very wholesome, and it just, that era of kids movies where they never had to do a big adventure. It was just like a family and just a thing
Like a
happened.
slice of life kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like a family slice.
Yeah.
It is that, but Christmas, and it's one of those that I would put in like it's just pure charming.
Okay. I'll have to put that on the list too then, because I've never heard of this film before.
Yeah. Ooh, there's one. Oh, how could I forget the the film crack of the holiday season?
Santa Paws.
No, no, no. Just everything. Get the shit. Everything on the Rankin Bass, like everything Rankin Bass, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, A Year Without a
Oh,
Santa
of course.
Claus, like that.
Yeah.
That is required viewing. You have to watch at least one Rankin Bass movie every year.
If you don't, you
Oh,
failed yourself as an American and as a Christmas goer.
the fucking Heat Miser Snow Miser song is, if it's not burned into your skull, you're doing something wrong.
You're a fool.
They call. Have you heard like the parody version that's been making its rounds on like TikTok and whatnot this past year, or maybe even sooner
Uh,
than that? I don't know. I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm high on crack.
I'm
It's,
imagining them like using the fucking audio to like fuck with it.
it's I don't know why that like those simple jokes get me, but they do. But I like Year
Funny as
Without a
fuck.
Santa Claus, Jack Frost, Rudolph. I To me it's like Through on 34th Street. Those movies are just so just Rankin Bass has made a lot of weird shit, but what they were on some Christmas grade meth when they were making what that shit, because it's stuck. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna be just worshiping these films in the popular culture for decades to come. Oh, we get disconnected again?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Probably have to call it soon because I'll have to leave.
Oh, that's fine. Batman Returns. Yeah, no, there's a lot. Like
Oh yeah,
it's Batman.
Batman Returns is a
So
yeah. That is definitely a Christmas movie.
yeah, if we gotta wrap it up. Actually, a good point to wrap it up though. Like at least get to our finale, because there's countless Christmas movies. It was a very unfocused episode, but I love just going, man, I love this movie. Man, this movie's kind of so. Oh, but this one, I love movies
That's
so
the beauty of it,
much,
you know.
and like Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, next to my birthday. No, but
Oh,
I always try to make time to watch just anything Christmas, and I can make recommendations. Like definitely check out Christmas Chronicles. If you have access to Disney Plus, watch Muppet Christmas Carol as well. But go into the extras and watch the extended edition with that extra song. That's my ultimate. Just watch those. And
Okay.
actually, is Ernest Save Christmas? Is that on Disney Plus? Hold on. Saves Christmas screen. Yeah, yeah, it is. Ernest
All
Saves
right, it's on
Christmas.
the list.
It's yeah. There you go. Ernest Saves Christmas is on Disney Plus. Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. With that, uh, I'm not gonna do a wheel this time. Instead, for the next episode, because it's gonna be on the 29th, right at the tail end of the year, I'm good. It's gonna be kind of a New Year's episode, but the general theme is just gonna be kind of a year in review. Just a kind of a look back at the movies that came out in theaters, or just big ones that released in streaming in 2024, and just kind of a brief look, like what's coming out soon, or what do we want to happen, what do we want to see in 2025. So yeah, so what do you think about that, Kitty Man?
What I think. Let me look.
Oh yeah, that's not like and
Sorry, I had
it.
to go on my schedule and have a gander.
Oh no, and again, like I know your schedule's weird now. If you can't join us next time, I'm trying to get a consistent schedule. Obviously, like you
Because I
get
might be out
first.
of town actually.
No, that's okay. Like you joined us again this weekend, and we are happy for that. But I know that your schedule is a bit hectic, and I'm trying to kind of get a consistent bi-weekly schedule.
Of
So
course.
my
The
understand
holidays be fucking with us.
the holidays be fucking with us, and well, I'm gonna try to get guests every time. Kittyman, obviously, as there from the beginning, gets first dibs. So he's always gonna be the first person I ask if he's available on this day. And so sometimes it'll be me and Kitty and a guest. Sometimes it'll be me and another guest. Sometimes it'll just be me and Kitty. But we'll play it by ear at this point.
The ears will be played.
Yeah, yeah. Next time will be year in review. A look back on 2024, the good, the bad, and actually, honestly, there was a lot of good this year. Actually, a lot. Yeah, the a lot of good and
There was some good shit for movies, I will say.
also a lot of weird shit. Also, I won't. I won't. I'll go into more deep. I'll tell you after the thing. I'll go into more detail next time, just in case you're not here. The same fucking thing happened to with Smile 2 that happened to Smile for me, and I hate it.
Oh, okay.
And because like I was thinking to myself, like, I oh well, I might watch Smile and give Smile 2 a shot, and then without, I'll tell you in a bit. I'll tell you in a bit. But uh, something was spoiled that I really wish was not. Have you seen Smile 2?
I have not.
Okay, then
I haven't even seen Smile 1, I don't think.
okay. If you
Wait, yeah, I have.
yeah, so you know what the thing looks like.
Yes.
Okay,
I know what it looks like.
so they do something really cool, but also really weird with it in Smile 2 and how it appears. I saw. I was like, that's actually awesome. I wish that. No, okay, I'll save big discussion on that when I talk about a thing. But
Of
no,
course.
next 2 weeks from now, year in review. But what I want to leave everybody with is yes, Griffin, seasonal seasonings to all. Uh,
Mm.
we're fast approaching Christmas, so take this time, watch you some good holiday movies, spend some time with your loved ones, and I hope everyone has the happiest of holidays, the merriest of Christmases, and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday season.
Bye bye.